This video is brought to you by the local project's print publication. Head to the description of this video to subscribe now and receive 3 copies each year.
We found this property in a really derelict state, and it was perfect as a project for 2 young architects.
Despite it being quite a modest home, the castle, or the bunker as it's been referred to by locals, definitely had potential and definitely needed love. Menzies Pop is located in Sumner, which is a suburb and community on the outskirts of Christchurch, surrounded by hills with walking tracks and bike tracks.
Well, the existing house was really unique in the fact that it was cast in situ concrete construction, full of really interesting handcrafted detailing. It's unique to Christchurch in that we've never really seen anything of this style before.
We found out through some stories that it apparently took the original builder about 12 years to build. So this was obviously a labour of love for him. The concrete block exterior skin that he made by hand, you can see the uniqueness of that, and even some details such as paw prints from a small animal in random blocks over the facade. Back in 2012, we began work. We were young and enthusiastic and had the energy to do the renovation work, and a lot of it physically ourselves.
So the layout of the rooms were quite traditional in their arrangement, central corridor with rooms either side, orientated towards the street, so not ideal for sun and access to light or external living areas. Unique features, the existing concrete work, beams, the ceiling, the detail around the windows were all retained and celebrated. The plasterboard ceiling was removed and it revealed this amazing cast in situ concrete ceiling. Carpet was pulled up and there was beautiful Remu floorboards. The existing doors were all retained and reused in new frames.
Also, the detail around the arch at the entry was really appealing. The parapets also have a clover detail, which is quite unique to that time period.
So all we did was rearrange or rework some of the internal planning to really maximise the potential of the house. We really wanted to celebrate the existing character, or the unique characteristics of the concrete and the timber.
So we chose a really refined palette of new materials to introduce to the original home, and that includes teak veneer with some subtle brass detailing. Then
we have a living area which has a log burner. It's a really intimate little space adjacent to a library which is filled with natural light from the original overhead skylights.
So the original kitchen is now a bedroom.
And the 3 bedrooms that were on the northwest orientation of the dwelling have been repurposed into the new kitchen living area that provides access out to a rear deck.
Much of the planning was retained. Being concrete construction, we really didn't want to change too much. One of the most important moves for us in looking at the planning was to bring the kitchen into that communal part of the home that we spend so much time in. And then in 2017, we began work on the extension.
The first floor addition was always conceived as an assertion within the footprint of the existing dwelling, for it to slip up behind and beyond the existing parapet line to feel like it was integral to the part of the architecture that was always here. The cladding that we selected for the extension is marine grade aluminium. Because of the coastal environment that we live in, it was really important to select a material that was going to be low maintenance and robust. In them, aluminium has allowed us to fold these really beautiful little origami tiles, referencing the scale and the proportion of the blockwork to the building below. Because the spaces are so intimate, the scaling of the new materials that were selected was really important. Single length larch boarding, the large overhead skylights, all added to that sense of scale.
What we've noticed over the years in Sumner, and it's certainly happening countrywide, houses are being pulled down, new being built. But here we saw real value in a home that was still standing so strong after earthquakes.
We worked really closely with our structural engineers to ensure that a strengthening process was undertaken, all concealed behind the new linings. The potential of the building's almost been realised. There's always room for further intervention and further addition. So we don't see the spaces changing as much as the occupants' use of them. I just think we're really proud of what we've achieved here. It's been a long process. I mean, it's been 10 years of our design and input and labour on top of the 10 years that it took the original builder to build. So I think there's this continuity of craft, and for us, it was really wanting to celebrate the craft of architecture through detail, material selections, and really celebrate the spaces and what architecture can bring to daily life.
Published 3 times a year, the local project hard copy publication contains over 350 pages of curated insight into the latest architecture and design across Australia and New Zealand. Printed on exceptionally high-quality paper stock, the publication is designed to be read and enjoyed over time. A beautiful and valuable addition to any personal library or coffee table. With worldwide delivery available, have the hard copy print publication delivered straight to your door 3 times a year with an annual subscription. Head to the description of this video to subscribe to the tri-annual print publication.